Well, so we have in the studio Kennedy Osei-Nyako. He's a member of parliament for Achim Swedro. And thanks for joining me, Ken. We'll also be joined in the course of the discussion, I believe also very soon, by Adam Mutawakilu. He's a member of parliament for Damango. But let's start the discussions with the subject of the electoral register and the concerns that have been raised not only by the MPP, but also Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, that perhaps the issue about the election being rigged is an issue that needs to be considered greatly. We know that, well, from a tour of Europe, he's now gone to the United States of America, and these are some of the concerns. What do you make of it? Because we know the Electoral Commission is going to meet all the political parties and the other state actors or non-state actors who have submitted proposals on the 29th of this month.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And good morning to your cherished viewers.
Good morning to you too.
Yes, you know, this whole brouhaha surrounding this voter register has started a long ago, not now after the Supreme Court's ruling on the election petition. MPP started doing some kind of exercise on the voter register. Then we find out that there were some kind of flaws within the register. So we took our time to investigate these flaws. So not too long ago, we had a press conference led by our running mate, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. We put before the general public what our investigations have revealed as against the current electoral register. We put our case before Electoral Commission. We are of the view that the party MPP has made serious allegation which borders on the credibility of the current voter register and even the credibility of Electoral Commission. So we were expecting that once they have received our petition with the evidence, the first is to even come out to debunk or accept whatever petition that we brought before them, before even organizing whatever, I don't know how they want to call it, on that 29th. But somebody brings a petition or make an allegation against your institution. You keep quiet, you don't conduct anything, you say you are organizing a forum for all political parties. That is where it beats my imagination. But you know what? I've been always saying that Electoral Commission should not have any other responsibility apart from ensuring that there's going to be free and fair election. Okay? They shouldn't conduct themselves as another political party, also pushing the cause of other political issues. They should know that they are mediators, they are middlemen, and whatever will affect their credibility, and for that matter, this country, they should take it serious. I mean, sometimes when you say, people will say, oh, you people are warmongers, you are this, blah, 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 blah. But you see, we don't have to give room or the opportunity for anything whatsoever to happen to this country. We have seen so many countries, they've gone down the drain. I mean, they are fine countries, but because of electoral misunderstanding, they've gone down the drain. And I wouldn't want to see that happening to this country.
We know Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has also been perhaps sounding the alert, especially on his visit and his tour, not only to Europe, but also just 3 days ago at the United States of America. The subject of, well, perhaps whether it's a caution or blaming the Electoral Commission of perhaps not being partial, according to some critics, it's as if you're stampeding the authority of the Electoral Commission, because the Electoral Commission has laws that govern, that is enabling it to act independently, as far as we're concerned?
You see, when I've also heard the same thing. People saying that we are usurping the authority of the Electoral Commission, and I laugh. The Electoral Commission is not there for itself. It is there for the citizenry.
But at the end of the day, they have laws that enables them to act the way they are.
When you behave, it is man who made those laws. And those laws that we have made is to facilitate, for the betterment or for the greater good of everybody. Or not even the political parties as such, but the entire country. So whatever that you do, you should have that one in mind, not any political party. So the moment you take an entrenched position because the law says that, when something should happen, I don't think you can bring back that law and say that, I'm sorry, I should have done this. Sometimes we make the law, dictate so much and make us so foolish. Excuse my word. There are certain things you have to apply your wisdom.
The New Patriotic Party, when you convened that very first conference that was addressed by your vice presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, you said you had only even looked at a tip of the iceberg, and you said it was only 10%. Yeah. Why is that from now you haven't made further publications to that effect? Because
the EC have come out that 29th and 30th, they are going to meet political party. We are going to do another presentation. I don't have to let you know, but definitely we are going to make another expose. It's when you want to bring out some credible information, you don't rush. You take your time. Even the 10% took us so long to come out because the moment you bring the evidence, nobody should dispute the facts. So we have taken time, and I'm promising you that 29th, when they give us the podium to do our presentation, we are also going to make a lot of expose again. We are working, our guys are seriously working behind, and on 29th and 30th, when we get the opportunity, we will let the whole country know. We want to let Electoral Commission and Ghanaians know how flawed this electoral register, the current one, is. The fact that we have used it in 2012 to elect people doesn't mean there's no problem with it. The EC himself, they know that there's problem with the register. But you see, they are putting up some kind of picture. You see, sometimes I pity this new commissioner. I pity her because she has come. This mess has been created before she came. I pity her because it's a big challenge to her as to how she's going to solve this mess within the Electoral Commission.
Okay, so if there's no new register, what happens? What happens to your cause? What will you do?
Well,
I've heard in certain quarters reports claiming that you wouldn't participate in the election. I don't want to believe that though. But what will happen?
Well, that is why I don't want to. When we get there, we'll cross the bridge. But as at now, our position has been made clear. We've sent our petition to whichever place that we have to take it to. We've taken to the international community. We've taken to the electoral. We are waiting to listen to whatever they will say. Whatever they will say is going to determine our next line of action. For now, we are just keeping quiet and waiting for the response from this institution that we've sent the petition to. And I hope we are going to receive a favorable response from these institutions because they know Ghana is the only country that we have. Not far from us. When you go, you look at Côte d'Ivoire, fine country. Nobody thought something of that nature was going to happen. Just a misunderstanding during election. And look at what happened. I'm praying that this kind of thing will never happen to Ghana. You go to the polls on November 7, 2016, peacefully, with everybody, all the political party, agreeing to whatever reforms or terms that will be made available for that election.
Well, the political parties may decide to agree to terms or reforms, but at the end of the day, they may not necessarily only be agreeing for a new voters register. And if that happens, what would the NPP do? I've asked that question severally.
Because you are not close there, you don't know the magnitude of the flaws that I'm talking about within the voter register, it's difficult for you to say certain things. But I know, I have seen it. So I know the magnitude of it. This one is not a matter of cleaning up the register. If you want to clean, and in our estimation with the work that we have done, we are talking about 2 million flawed, some kind of names within the register. How long are you going to spend in auditing this register? It's time wasting. So if you want to waste so much time to audit a register of about 14 million plus, which will take so long, and we need only 10 days to compile a new register, which one is better? Which one is better?
What about the issue, of course, that the other proponents and even the NDC have been raising consistently?
I don't know what they have been talking about.
Well, it's about cost.
They've been talking about money.
Yes.
Money issue. But we are lucky. Last time I was saying something. We are lucky that some, I know, and I can boldly say that I know some international bodies who are ready to even fund it.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you.
Like which bodies?
I don't want to, but even Canada is prepared to support.
The Canadian government?
Yes. Is prepared to support.
All right.
So it is not a matter of whether we have money. Even if you don't have the money to even organize, to compile it, we need to go look for the money. Because the aftermath cost of any electoral dispute will be quadruple of the money that we need. I'm told that we need about $250 million in doing this, but I don't know whichever piece that we can buy with such an amount. The piece that we are enjoying is more expensive than 250 million. All those saying, oh, because of cost. I think they have not witnessed. They don't know the implications of what they are talking about. We should look at the aftermath implication. That is most important. 2016 election, like many people are saying, the stakes in 2016 election are very high.
Are higher than the previous one?
Yes.
Okay.
Are higher. Why? Because if you look at the way the economy is on its knees, things are not moving on the way it should be. Every Ghanaian is ready, is eager. They are waiting for 2016 to cast their vote.
Well, we've been joined by Adam Mutale. He's a member of parliament for Damango. We know that as a member of the NDC, and somebody who is also again interested in his seat. Well, he's again contesting for that very seat to become the candidate to represent them into parliament again, and that should take place on the 7th of November. An incumbent. All right, that will go for you. How many people are contesting you?
Oh, thank you very much. Good morning.
Morning. It's been a while.
Late. I've never been late for a program. This is my first time.
Yeah.
And it's traffic. When I came out, there
but
was
that's
an
okay.
accident, yes.
You we can excuse because you're our ardent regular guest on the show.
Actually, by the grace of God, I'm going unopposed.
Oh, you are?
Yes,
Congratulations.
I'm going unopposed.
All right.
So I will be going to campaign so that they vote massively for the president, endorsing him, so that we hit 100% endorsement.
I see.
Yes,
okay, we'll see how that goes.
I won't be on the ballot.
Oh, okay.
Yes, once vetting is done, and I'm through.
Going unopposed, so it means that they've. Okay.
Yeah, I'm now preparing for 2016.
All right.
Inshallah.
Great for you.
Yes.
But on the subject that we're talking about is the consistent issues and concerns that the MPP, the other political parties, and also some other state or non-state actors, pressure groupings have been raising about the voters register. They feel it's manipulated, that the voters register is riddled with names that shouldn't be in the register. Hook or crook, it needs to be changed.
Thank you very much. I'm surprised that they feel that to get a credible register is by getting a new voter register.
Why not?
You can have a new voter register, but it will not be credible. That is the basis.
By what means?
Then this one should have been credible. How old is this register?
Oh, just the last election.
They were the first people to call for biometric registration. We would have used the old register. We believe that with time, no register will ever be 100%. That one, we believe it. But it is the vigilance of all the political parties and actors that will ensure that a voter register is clean periodically. If not, every 3-4 years, we have to get a new voter register. And where are we heading to? 2, if you identify some flaw in the voter register, it is easy. It is easy. Present it to Electoral Commission, convince Electoral Commission to take a decision, but you don't make a stand.
Honorable Mutale, do I get the understanding that you and your party, you do agree there are difficulties with the electoral register?
What I'm
just
saying
like
is that
has been admitted by the Electoral Commission and even the MPP.
What I'm saying is that though even in US, you know, in 2008, they had a problem because in Florida there were some issues they were not sure, and the Supreme Court had to finally pass judgment on that. Did they change the register? US, which is an advanced nation. So what we are saying that no register is 100% clean. That one, there is no country that can say my register is 100%. However, that is why in the law there is provision for cleaning up the register as and when issues arise, like death of people pass away, disease. You go, when they exhibit, you identify them.
Double
because every
registration.
day people, double registration. People, every day people die. People get of age. Others were minors and still up to date they are minors. But it is the vigilance of all actors, that is political parties, civil society organization, EC, to ensure that the register is clean. Very, very important. That should be the first point of call. How can I say that the way it is easy to get a new voter register than cleaning? Who told you? Even if we do a new voter register, we need to exhibit it and get it clean. Because in the process, as an experience...
So you are saying why not just exhibit the current one?
That is it.
Well,
2, who told you that even if there are 4 million ghost names, IT expert cannot detect it if you are able to prove it beyond doubt?
Well, that's disputable. So why don't you just put papers on tables in various registration centers and do a new one?
Is it easy to do a new one?
Why not?
Why not clean? That is the question. Why do you incur costs when you can do, there is a better alternative to clean it?
Or what's the alternative to having peace?
So do we also say that...
What's the alternative to having peace?
Who said if we don't change the voter register and get a voter register, the country will not be peaceful? Who said it? That person should come and tell me. And he will be the first person to be arrested and prosecuted, not only in Ghana, by ICC as well. As because we have witnessed situations where people want to take the law for granted and the law didn't live there. So nobody should talk as if they have the law on their fingers and they can do whatever they want. No way. Ghanaians will not allow it. And let me tell you, they shouldn't think that because we believe that the EC should be the final decision-making body, and therefore our issue will be directed to them, and they are going around making noise, means Ghanaians are in support of that. Nobody should think about that. We believe that it is not going to the road, demonstrating, visiting former president, going here. That indicates that EC will do what they want. We believe that EC is an independent body. If you have any concern,
do you think they're stampeding the authority of the EC?
I think that they are putting undue pressure, not stampeding, undue pressure. Pursuing like if it is Ghanaians want a change in it. But
they are Ghanaians,
we believe that. No, majority of Ghanaians, that is what I mean. We believe that if you have an issue, direct it to EC. EC has already invited all political parties to come and all proposals put in place, they look at it. Why go around making noise? We are not ready to be going around making noise, but we will channel our proposals to EC to take a decision. But nobody should think that because they are going around demonstrating, that means majority of Ghanaians are backing them.
You have been away from the news headlines for some time. Let me tell you, the proposal you submitted to the EC, what's in it?
I cannot disclose it. EC will discuss it when the various political parties meet.
All right.